Well, I'm Mike Greene. I'm the head of production and development for First Responders Network. And First Responders Network is a streaming platform, an OTT streaming platform with an AVOD component and a FAST component. What we were trying to solve was really to have one dashboard that took all of our data and molded it into literally one place. Honestly, we had our platform dashboard, we had an AWS that was pulling our fast data, we had MailChimp on the CMS side, and we had a couple of different touch points. And what we really needed was one central location where myself and certainly my boss and sort of at that higher executive level could look and extrapolate the kind of data that we knew we needed at that top level. Well, I thought, step by step, honestly, everything went really smooth because I think that you asked the right questions, right? And the very first thing to discover is the data there, right? I think that was the first thing you asked. And, working with our back-end team, Howard and Blair, let's make sure that the data is there and that I can do the job. I think that also raised you above some other candidates because most people say, yes, we can do it before they look at the data. And you really went at it with hey, let's discover and make sure that the data is there first and we can connect them. And so for me, again, not being a really technical guy, the fact that you were asking all those right questions step by step in the process meant a lot to me. And I knew that you were somebody that we could put in front of my boss, that this first draft was going to be great because all the questions had really been answered in the discovery process. One thing of connecting the data, there's another thing of how do you tell the story? And that's what every executive wants is, right? Sure, there's all this data, but what's that top level like? And you got that right away, I thought. And that's what I think made you, when you built it, and I mean, this is the greatest compliment I give you. My boss had barely any notes on the first draft, which never happens. I think you just got it. You got really holistically what we were trying to do and the top line story that we were trying to tell. We had a lot of time to dig into it and it was great. I mean, I will say that having that real time or as close to real time data integration between fast, for me, specifically for my job as head of production, to see the integration between the fast data and then the stream data and be able to extrapolate shows and look at what shows are doing good on either, distribution platform was really helpful. The main thing is that at the end of the day, you did what you said. You delivered on what you said you'd deliver. Now, a lot of steps to that process, but I think that was really key that, and again, I'll go back to you asked the right questions in the process. I almost knew that the dashboard was going to be great because you had asked all the necessary steps. It's like you make a movie, the movie's made in prep, right? It's not made on set, And so I think that that's what set you guys apart. And I would, 100% work with you guys again. I think the prep was just fantastic. That part really impressed me.